Welcome to this Mike's mission in the village of Castleton. Castleton, I must say, is perhaps my favourite Peak District village, and it never looks better than when the sun's shining on it. Look at this little cottage here with its roses. Some of these cottages at Castleton are absolutely tiny, and yet at some stage they're occupied by as many as 8 people. Look at this little one here, Waterside Cottage. So named because it's by the waterside. Even picturesque spots like this have been days for Mike's missions. Now Castleton is famous for its caverns, and one of the stones produced here is the semi-precious Blue John, which you don't find anywhere else in the world. Now we're just on the way up to the mouth of one of the caves, which is one of my favourite sites in the whole of Derbyshire and the Peak District. So just up here is the mouth of Peak Cavern, which is these days also known as the Devil's Arse, and it's a most unlikely venue for concerts. I've seen a couple here, so Toya, T-Rex to see, and all these. Come in here, look, tribute bands mainly. Now we're not going down a cave today, we're going to be going up, and the plan is to go and have a look at Peveril Castle, the building which gives Castleton its name. Now it is June, and normally at this time of year Castleton is besieged by visitors, but today it's strangely quiet, and I think we have the village more or less all to ourselves, or certainly this part of it. And there's our first view of Peveril Castle. I'm told it's quite a climb up there. Maybe have something to eat before we attempt it. The famous fish and chip shop at Castleton, closed for lunch. I shall have to look in here for some fish and chips. Fish and chips found in the George at Castleton. Many years ago I stayed here for a night. This was the Youth Hostel Association premises in Castleton, and I remember staying here with my brother Andy when we were doing the Peakland Way walk. And just here we start the big climb up to Peveril Castle. Oh, and this is presumably what the castle looked like in its prime. Now it was built by one of the sons of William the Conqueror. And another interpretation of how Peveril Castle looked all those years ago. What a grand place it must have been, and with a stunning view. Now, I've just been warned that it is a steep climb, and I remember that from my last visit here. I think that was probably about 35 years ago when I climbed up here, and maybe the steepness is the reason I've not been up here since. We'll see how we go today. Again, it's very quiet. Just you, me and the birds. Now my wife often says that sometimes on Mike's missions I sound a little bit out of breath. Maybe she should have come with me on this mission today. Here's the path, look, the route ahead. Just up there. I'll see you at the top. Oh, not even a quarter of the way up yet, and it's already time for a rest. Well, I'm not completely alone on this mission. 3 other chaps there taking on the climb to Peveril Castle. Okay, we must be halfway up now, and the view is just getting better and better. Maybe 3/4 of the way to the top now. I'm starting to know why they call this the Peak District. And a little gate here to keep the sheep in or out, I'm not quite sure. Do not walk, stand or play on these ancient walls. Okay, and the views, as I said, they just get better and better and better. But let's get inside the castle. What do we know about Peveril Castle? Well, we know it's perched on a steep hill, ideal for defence, and it's a ruined 11th century Norman fortress, which was founded originally by William Peveril, and he was the illegitimate son of William the Conqueror. These days it's managed by English Heritage. I know the caverns at Castleton are special, but who'd want to be down below when you could be up here enjoying these views? Well, that's what a 11th century castle looks like these days. Do you want to see what a 13th century toilet looks like? Here we go. And that's it. A latrine. And whatever went down there went straight into the river by the cave that we went to see not so long ago. I don't know if it's a gents or a ladies. There's no soap dispensers. Again, there's no one else around up here. The 3 guys who passed me, they've turned around and gone back, and I've just seen the English Heritage Guide knock off as well. So it's just you and me and the birds again up here. So this is what gives Castleton, or Castletown, its name. Had it not been for this, it would probably just be called Ton. As we get towards the top, the path has deteriorated a little. Right, just as I was convinced I was all alone up here at Peveril Castle, I found someone else, another visitor, who's come a little bit further than me. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Jenny Peveril, and we came from Nova Scotia, Canada.
Jenny Peveril.
Mm-hmm.
Now either that's a coincidence or you've come here deliberately.
Yes, so my husband, he's a Peveril as well,
Yeah.
and his family's always talked about this castle, so we were in London and decided to make the drive up.
You probably own it.
Probably someone said, welcome home when we got here, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's amazing. And what do you think to it up here?
It's beautiful. It's much better than the pictures could ever make it out to be, so.
And we've got a perfect day up here, haven't
Yeah,
we?
it's beautiful. We did a hike this morning of all the peaks, and now we're finishing up here.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Weather's good and lots of history.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Peveril at Peveril Castle.
Yeah.
This is one to remember.
Right. Yeah, not many people have met. We've been asking around in the town, and not many people have met any Peverils, so.
No.
Hey, we're the heirs.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, yeah. No one's going to argue about that.
No.
Brilliant. We'll have how long are you over here for then?
Just for another day, and then we're driving a little bit more north, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
It is. We'll have a great rest of the day here in Castleton then, Mrs. Peveril of Peveril Castle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Get to the top of the steps here. And what do we find? A spiral staircase. Keep going up. Now over there, that beautiful spot is Cavedale, and I've walked up there a few times. Right, I'm now inside Peveril Castle, and there's another person here, so not as quiet as I thought it was. Now this gentleman, I understand, is from Wales. Now you should have enough castles over there.
We've certainly got a few.
Yeah.
There's Conwy, Carnarvon,
Yeah.
Beaumaris. There's just in the area I live in.
Yeah.
Harlech Castle, and there's loads of castles. They're all Edward I, Edward II.
Yeah.
So they're not as old as this one.
And what's your name?
Bryn.
Bryn.
Yeah.
That's a good Welsh name as well.
It is a Welsh name, but I was brought up in Manchester.
Right.
My parents had Welsh connections,
Yeah.
so all my siblings have got Welsh names, and I moved to Wales, and I live happily in North Wales in the foothills of Snowdonia.
Lovely. And how does Peveril Castle compare with the Welsh castles?
Oh
then?
well, it's a lot smaller. I mean, it's a Norman keep, isn't it? It's not a full-on defensive thing like Conwy and Carnarvon.
No.
Well, symbols of power. English power in Wales. So,
Yeah.
and of course Carnarvon Castle is where princes of Wales were, what's the word?
Invested.
Invested.
I remember seeing the investiture.
In
I'm old
1969.
enough, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, what else are you doing while you're over here in Derbyshire?
We are here just for the weekend. We are going to Cavern this evening to a gig by a band called The Orb.
Lovely.
1990s
Yeah.
sort of ambient music band,
Yeah.
which should be spectacular in the cave.
I've been to 2 or 3 concerts in there, and it's wonderful. The acoustics are superb,
I bet.
and if the music's dull, you're never bored because you can just look round and admire the cave. It's brilliant.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right, well, thanks ever so much for your help.
My pleasure.
And have a great concert.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Good to meet you. Look at how this stone has weathered away.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, this is great exploring Peveril Castle. I don't remember any of this from my visit 35 years ago. I'm sure this room here has what's called what estate agents these days would call dual aspect, wouldn't they? And whichever view you look at, it's an amazing one. Breathtaking. Oh, I could stay in here for hours. Now, as Norman keeps go, this was a tiny one. Probably only had 2 main rooms. And the fact that all this has survived for so long, it's just wonderful. There's a little information board here. The owners of Peveril Castle didn't live in the keep but in other buildings beside it. This may have been intended for ceremonies and administration. The keep was kept in repair throughout the Middle Ages, and as late as the 16th century it served as a courthouse. Fancy having a courthouse up here on top of the hill. If any of the solicitors forgot one of the sheets of paper or whatever they used, they had a right journey to nip down and fetch it. What's round here? Oh, little passageway. Oh, another one of the loos. And this one is a loo with a view. Well, it's been amazing coming up here to Peveril Castle. I'm so glad I made the effort to come up all those paths. I mean, I just can't stop taking my eye off this view here. Amazing. And thanks for coming to Castleton with me today. I'm amazed also that we met Mr. and Mrs. Peveril in the shadow of Peveril Castle. That was just uncanny. All the way from Nova Scotia, and bumped into Mike's Missions here. If you've enjoyed today's film at Castleton, you know what to do. Please like. Please add a comment if ever you've been up to Peveril Castle. And of course, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. And if you search Mike's Missions, you'll find all sorts of other adventures that we've been up to. Thanks for coming along. See you again next time.